What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another brand new video on the channel here today. We're back once again for Transnation eSports F1 Nationals No Assist Tier 1 here for something a little bit different. This is mainly like a highlights video from the most recent round number 7, the Japanese Grand Prix. I'll leave a link to the stream from the Transnation eSports channel and the link to my stream down in the description, so if you guys want to go and check both of those out, please do. But yeah, that's basically the short version of what's going to happen in this video. So let's head over to qualifying now, get out on track and see just what we're able to do. So here we are at Suzuka. Not one of my favourite tracks on the game, to be honest. I don't really know why. Suzuka, it's just never been a favourite track of mine. The pace has always been okay around here, but yeah, it's just not my... I wouldn't rate it up there with some of my favourite tracks. I don't dislike this place. Like, it's a good track. It's, you know, very tricky, technical, and when you get it right, it feels really nice. But yeah, not one of my favourites, but it's still a good track. I still like it. But anyway, that's enough of me waddling on about something which I don't even understand myself. But anyway, on to our first qualifying lap of the session as we cut on just to the end of it, as we won't go through the full lap of our first or our second run. We'll leave that to the end, as we always do. Mid-sector of a 109.6, that's not too shabby for a banker. Into the final chicane, we go a little bit too deep there, so that'll cost us a little bit of time, but take the narrow line, and we cross the line for a banker lap of a 125.864. That's not too shabby. Definitely probably a bit more time in that, but obviously as the session continues, track rubbers in, it's going to get quicker and quicker. So we go out for our second lap. We were almost a 10th up there as we started sector 2, but we mucked up the Degnans there horribly. Cost us about a 10th, but we gained that back out of the hairpin. Now skipping over to the final chicane, we're about 2/10 up. We get a much better run through there that time. We're going to improve by just about 0.3 of a second across the line to improve to a 125.579, which was actually a new PB as well, as my fastest Grand Prix practice time was actually a 25.6, I think, if my memory's correct. Probably not, because, well, my memory's absolutely hopeless, but anyway. So we'll head back into the garage, chill out for a few minutes, maybe get out, go have a cup of tea and some biscuits or something. But imagine if you could actually do that. Like, if there's a built-in feature where you could just get out. Imagine the scenes. But anyway, we let time go on a little bit, sat in the garage for about 3.5 minutes, and we're going to head out now with 2 minutes to go. So we're going to be one of the last cars to cross the line to start our flying laps here. And I think we've actually got Tyler coming out behind us, so that'll be interesting to see which one of us can grab a pole position. But anyway, coming on right to the end of the session with 10 seconds to go, we exit the final chicane, and I think there's only 2 guys behind us that are starting their final laps as well. So yeah, we're not quite going to have the best of the track, but close enough. So anyway, here we go, down to turn 1. Go as late as you dare, down to 4th gear, short shift up to 5th. Nice drive traction on the exit. Now the S is very tricky to get right through here. Down to 5th for the right-hander, leave it in 5th, just rev the balls out of it through this section. Down to 4th, short shift back up to 5th, then back up to 6th. Be careful, the car will get very loose through there, but we held on to it quite nicely. 700ths up as we come into the Degners now. Nice and tidy through the first one. The second one, not too good, pretty scruffy through there. We lost about half a 10th down into the hairpin. We go a little bit too deep, lock up on the left front, loose on the exit there as well, just struggling to get the power down, and we're only up by about 200ths now, so this lap has definitely not been the best. Flying through Spoon though, tip it in, down to 4th gear, just clip that inside curve, use up all the road on the exit. That was a very nice run. We're back to not quite a 10th up now, 900th. Robin goes P3 in the Ferrari, as you notice there on the top left. Very nice lap from him there. But down into the final chicane, break just before the 100 metre ball. Clip the inside curve. Same for the left-hander. Short shift to 4th on the exit. Take the shortest line to the run possible. We're going to improve by just over a 10 to a 125.459. But unfortunately that wasn't enough. Tyler just pipped us at the end there with a 25.444. Fair play. I mean, you know, solid lap. Apparently he actually had a slipstream from his CPI teammate there, Mackenzie, all the way from Spoon to 130R. So, maybe a bit of team games going on there, I wonder. But no, we won't worry or think about suspicions, will we, guys? But anyway, so that has been your qualifying. Tyler will start on pole position with ourselves in P2. Having a quick look at the championship standings. Now this is after the last round at Singapore. We now lead by 32 points over Tyler, with Honda back there in P3, 49 points behind Tyler and 81 points behind us. So it's definitely looking like a bit of a two-horse race at the moment. Constructors, a little bit of a similar story. I'd say myself and Top Gun probably just have the edge over Haas, as I don't think Tyler... Does Tyler even have a teammate? I'm not even actually sure. But yeah, Williams, we're leading the constructors by 76 points, which is quite nice. Not too often I actually lead the constructors, but yeah, there you go. Over to the race now. Strategy, it's, well, it recommends a soft to hard. We're definitely going to ignore that, as a soft to medium is quite easily possible. But anyway, no mucking around, rolling around on the formation lap. We're just going to get straight into it. And, well, see how we go. So, back on the grid now, and as you can see, we're surrounded.
The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Thanks, Jeff. We are surrounded by pad players all around us, so this will be rather interesting to see if we can get it off the line. But anyway, here we go. Waiting for the 5 red lights here for round number 7, the Japanese Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go. Looks like our reaction time is a little bit better than Tyler, but the traction just isn't there. Now here comes Monster Blue on our inside. He backs out of it though quite sensibly. Tyler lagging around just a little bit there. That was a bit sketchy. Yellow flags in the background. I think that might be one of the Mercedes, which has had a moment. Bit unfortunate for him there. But anyway, we maintain P2 on our run up through the S's. And oh dear, look at that connection. Now this has been the downfall for Tyler for as long as I can remember now. His internet just continually costs him chances to fight for so many good results. And well, this isn't really a good indication of what's to come, as he is lagging about everywhere. And at this point, when we're actually doing this on my stream, I did make a comment saying that I reckon he would disconnect within the next lap. And well, as you're about to see here, as we start lap 2, as we come up to the S's, boom. He is disconnected, he has left the session, and well, that is a major blow to his championship hopes to try and hunt us down. As you can see, we just breezed past the AI there with absolutely no effort whatsoever. And well, his AI is just going to keep falling back through the field. A couple of corners later, he's already been overtaken by Robin, Monster Blue, D'Amelio, and now Honda. So now he's out of the top 5. So yeah, that is just fantastic for him. But anyway, for us, it's working out rather well. To the end of lap 3, we've got a 2.5 second lead over Robin, and behind us we set a fastest lap of the race, 1:30.1. Beaten by Phil though, back there in P4 with a 30 flat. However, he did have DRS, so yeah, that might explain that a little bit. But yeah, at this stage, really just trying to build up as big a margin as I possibly can, in case there may be a safety car or something. There could be a virtual, or who knows what. So you know, it's always good just to have that extra bit of breathing room in case something happens or something goes wrong. But so far so good. On to lap 6, we've extended the gap to about 4.2 seconds to the Ferrari behind, and Robin is doing a really good job, I must say, for holding all those guys back. He's got some real quick guys behind him in Phil, Honda, D'Amelio, Monster Blue. But on to lap 9, as you can see, Monster Blue no longer there. I think him and Robin actually did make contact on lap 8, I think it was, in the S's, and that sent the Renault around and well, basically ruined his race. So yeah, a rough start for the Renault driver. Does not get any easier here at Japan. But anywho, on to the end of lap number 9. We come in for our one and only stop of the race. This will be for a set of medium tyres to hopefully take us all the way to the end. 18 laps. Might be a little bit of a stretch, but I think we should get through it a-okay. Into the pits now. Nice clean stop from the Williams boys. 2.6 seconds. Nice and dandy as always. And it looks like we are going to re-emerge. Where are we going to re-emerge? Right in front of our teammate. Yep, there we go. Alright, so we re-emerge back on the track in P10 with about 5 seconds to the next car up the road, which is TP and then Albert, who I think started on those mediums and hards respectively. So they won't be stopping for, I would say, anywhere from another 5 to 8 laps. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what goes on there. But anyway, to the end of lap 10, very quickly we pulled away from our teammate behind. Already the gap is over a second. And anyway, to the start of lap 11, more soft runners are in the pits. Quite a few people actually went around an extra lap, which kind of surprised me. But anyway, does not make any difference to our race, as it looks like Robin does still manage to retain effective P2. So he's really doing a good job out here. And well, showing that you don't always have to be the quickest, but if you play it smart, get your elbows out, you can definitely get some good track position. And he has proven that, holding on to effectively second place for 12 laps now, with some real good competition behind him. So he's really quite impressed me so far in this race. But anywho, to the end of lap 12 now, we've managed to catch up to TP in the AlphaTauri. We should get this move done down here on the front straight. Should be fairly straightforward. Obviously, we're much faster, newer mediums compared to what would be fairly clacked out ones on his car, I would imagine. So we get that done. Now up to P4. We'll set off now after Albert in the Ferrari ahead of us. Getting on to the hairpin a little bit later. Albert gets past the disconnected AlphaTauri of Addy, and then, oh my god!
Okay, clear.
Oh wow! That oh, and now we got a safety car. Jesus Christ! Okay, I do not know what to say about that. Wow, I have never seen anything like that. A disconnected AI car has got some serious road rage and has just murdered Albert there. And well, that has brought out a full safety car. Now that is definitely going to help the likes of Mackenzie and Ken, who you can see are now basically going to get a free pit stop for a set of soft tyres. However, they're going to have to make them last basically 13 laps to get to the end, and that is going to be a big stretch. But you know, I think in their case they just had to take the risk. You couldn't come in and put the hards on, you'd be a sitting duck. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see where those two end up. But getting ready for the restart here at the end of lap 15. out of the chicane, on the power, straight into rich and overtake, and we have absolutely nailed that restart. 8 tenths, 9 tenths clear already before we even get to turn 1. That's how you make a restart at Japan, boys. But anywho, Honda there trying to put Robin under pressure. Mackenzie's still there in P4. He will be making moves at this early stage, obviously, on that set of soft tyres. So it'll be interesting to see. I reckon he can definitely get a P2. Whether he will be able to try and threaten us, I'm not too sure, because obviously he'll have to work his way around Honda and then work his way around Robin as well. And well, Robin has definitely shown since lap 1 that he is not the easiest car to get past. Looks like Mackenzie has just about made a move on Honda. They're side by side out of the exit of the hairpin, but I think the Red Bull is just going to hold off Macca for a little while longer. Now, the more and more Macca gets held there, I reckon the more frustrated he'll be, because those softs will die out pretty quickly. So he needs to make some moves here. But anyway, just struggling with it a little bit, it seems. But for us, this has been an absolute lightning restart lap. 2.5 seconds to the guys behind, as Honda looks like he tried to make a move on Robin there. And I can actually say that did end in contact, as we set a fastest lap of the race there of a 28.8. 3 seconds clear after 1 lap. You do love to see it. But anyway, getting back to that little bit of contact there with Honda and Robin. What actually happened, Honda had an absolute monster run on the Ferrari, tried to go around the outside into the final chicane, and he's just turned in on him ever so slightly, made contact front wing to right rear tyre, which has sent the Red Bull around, and yeah, unfortunately has ruined his afternoon, which was a shame. He was definitely on for potentially a podium, but anyway, as more and more contenders keep on falling by the wayside, that opens the door up for some different faces to get some good results. I think you saw Eduardo there was P5 momentarily. You got Ken there in 5th. Macca has gotten up into 2nd in the Merc as well, so you'll be pretty pleased with that. And Robin still holding down at P3. Phil has gotten up into P4. Very impressive run from both of those two. We'll see if there's any late race moves being made there for P3. But for us, well, it's been a fairly straightforward race, hasn't it, after Tyler disconnected. So we're going to come across to score another win here in season 6.5. Very nicely done. It looks like Robin just holds on for P3 with Macca P2. So pretty interesting podium there. Good stuff. Alright, so there we go, guys. Transnation eSports, round 7 for the Tier 1 No Assist division. We have done it once again, another dominating performance here at Japan. And, well, not much else to say other than that, really. Congratulations to Macca and Robin on P2 and P3. I can definitely say with confidence Robin was quite pleased with a P3. And so he should be. A thoroughly deserved podium for the Ferrari there. Phil brings it home in P4 with Zach P5, Ken P6, Albert P7, Eduardo P8, Mikey P9, and Daniel Hernandez rounds out the top 10. So, yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. Let me know if you guys would like to see more of these, I guess you call highlights videos, really. I mean, that's basically just what this is. just had the idea 2 days ago or something, and yeah, thought I'd make this, and I think it's come together pretty well. So I hope you guys have the same opinion. As always, you know, feel free to comment and you know, just let me know your thoughts, good, bad, anything in the middle. But yeah, that'll do it for today. So hope you enjoyed. If you did, remember to leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Seriously appreciate it. But until the next one, stay safe, look after yourselves out there, and we'll see you all next time around.